5 people are dead following a Colorado Springs shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub. The nightclub's called Q, if I'm not mistaken. And this happened last night. 5 people are dead, and this is the latest news from Colorado, coming from the Colorado Times Recorder. 5 people are dead and at least 18 are wounded following a mass shooting at Club Q in Colorado Springs, according to Colorado Springs Police Department. Club Q is one of the Colorado Springs' oldest LGBTQ nightclubs, and it regularly hosts drag shows and community events. According to Lieutenant Pamela Castro, the CSPD public information officer, the first calls regarding the shooting at the club came at 11:56 p.m. on November 19th, last night. CSPD arrived at 12 a.m., and the suspect, identified as 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich, was taken into custody at 12:02. The reason why the apprehension was very quick was because patrons actually stopped the shooter. They lunged at him and they stopped him, is what I heard from original reports. We know one or more patrons heroically intervened to subdue the suspect, and we praise those individuals who did so because their actions clearly saved lives, said the Colorado Springs Mayor John Suthers. In a statement posted to Facebook, Club Q wrote, "Club Q is devastated by the senseless attack on our community. Our prayers and thoughts are with all the victims and their families and friends. We thank the quick reactions of our heroic customers that subdued the gunman and ended this hate attack." This is, of course, if you're familiar with mass shootings in the United States of America, how a lot of mass shootings actually end up being stopped. Oftentimes, it's not police intervention, but intervention from the immediate people, brave people that throw themselves and their lives and their bodies at the problem and are able to subdue, not with guns, mind you, but with their hands. Club Q is a safe haven for our LGBTQ citizens. Said CSPD Chief Adrian Vasquez. Every citizen has the right to feel safe and secure in our city, to go about our beautiful city without fear or being harmed or treated poorly. I'm so terribly saddened and heartbroken. Okay. Vasquez cautioned that the investigation is still in its early stages and noted the FBI is already on the scene and assisting with the investigation. We are also working to identify the victims who have died and notify their families. Vasquez reported that at least 2 firearms were found on the scene and that a long rifle was used in the shooting. Also not very surprising. On June 18th, Aldrich was involved in a bomb threat on the Lorson Ranch neighborhood, according to a news release from the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. The reporting party said her son was threatening to cause harm with a homemade bomb, multiple weapons, and ammunition. The reporting party was not in the home at the time when she made the call and was not sure where her son was. Deputies responded to the home after further investigation, realized the suspect, Anderson Lee Aldrich, date of birth, 05/20/2000, was in the whatever. This is like insane amount of information and detail. Local news goes crazy with this shit. Deputies evacuated the neighborhood, and over an hour later, Aldrich surrendered. According to the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, the regional explosives unit cleared both homes and did not find any explosive devices. Though Aldrich was charged with 2 counts of felony menacing and 3 counts of first-degree kidnapping, the Colorado Springs Gazette reported that no formal charges were pursued in this case, which has since been sealed, according to the DA's office. If I were a gambling man, I would like to know if the FBI tried to use this person as a CI. I don't know. It's probably not the case, but this is a lot more detail than what I knew about when I first read on the story. Why does a dude with this kind of history have access to fucking weapons? Well, of course, of course it's going to happen, The FBI is going to come out and be like, we were aware of the suspect, That's the FBI was on our radar, is incoming, okay? Hot. Coming in hot. Just expect it. It always comes. Always there. Oh, shit, we knew about this guy. Fuck. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, FBI. That's very cool. I love when mass shooting, people that engage in mass shootings are on your radar. It's so sick to know that. I love FBI's radar. It's so fat. It's so beautiful. Okay? Anyway, Michael Allen, the 4th Judicial District Attorney who declined the charge Aldrich in 2021, expressed sympathy with the victims and their families, said this is a tragic day for our community and we stand in solidarity with the victims and their family members as we make sense out of a senseless crime. He said, every person, regardless of who they are, has the right to be secure from fear and physical harm. Actions taken to strike fear in specific communities will not be tolerated in our community. This is particularly true for communities that might have been maligned, harassed, and targeted by persons or groups to intimidate the cause harm to members of those communities. According to Allen, Aldrich is the only suspect at this time. So this is the guy. Same guy. Suspect arrested in connection to bomb threat that forced evacuations in Lorson Ranch neighborhood is the same guy who ended up, committing a mass shooting at the one of the oldest gay bars in Colorado Springs, which is otherwise a very right-wing conservative town, conservative neighborhood. Okay. Club Q shooting comes after more than a year of conservative politicians and commentators demonizing the LGBTQ community, holding increasingly violent protests against drag events. This summer, Representative Dave Williams and Representative Mark Baisley raised concerns about groomers at Highland Ranch drag show. Lauren Boebert, who in June said, the left is grooming our kids, tweeted this morning, the news out of Colorado Springs is absolutely awful. The mourning the victims and their families are in my prayers. Clearly, it's a massive leap to assume that a person who threatened violence and was not punished or shown any type of blowback would ever act on it or feel enabled. Of course not. We would never say that. No one would ever say that, just like we would never say that constantly saying that like gay people are trying to your children, they're trying to groom your children, they're trying to groom your children by just being gay, would ever create some of the most unhinged psychopaths who are going to act out on like violent desires to feel emboldened by, and give them the additional motivation that they needed to finally fulfill that kind of insane desire. Hours after a mass shooting in Colorado at an LGBTQ bar, Chaya Raichik, by the way, libs of TikTok, that fucking gigantic piece of shit, decided to double down and go after a Colorado organization that does drag. This is exactly what she wants, mass violence against LGBTQ people. She is a terrorist. I 100% agree with this, by the way. Like, I cannot co-sign this harder. Like, she is. Libs of TikTok is 1,000,000% the most brain broken. Like, her and Matt Walsh are so fucking insane. And the fact that they like are allowed to just, keep whipping up anger and inciting anger towards LGBT people is psychotic to me. I don't know if like this person in particular, this mass shooter in particular, was like a Libs of TikTok fan, but I don't care because she wants people like that to keep doing this shit. Like, that's her motivation. There can be no other motivation for this kind of behavior. She is so psychotically obsessed with the existence of like gay people and queer people in general and trans people that like that's all she fucking posts about. Like I said, we don't have additional information. This is new stuff. I didn't even know they released the name of the shooter and like the fact that he was arrested before. I did not know that. But Representative-elect Stephanie Vigil, who defeated Colorado Springs Councilor Dave Donaldson, who campaigned on his anti-LGBTQ stance, expressed shock, but not surprised at the news of the shooting. I'm just furious, she said. I don't know how many times we have to say that the hate speech and bigotry have consequences. I feel like a number of us have said in this community over the last few years in particular that it's just a matter of time. Right here in our own city, the things that people say that dehumanize others in our community tend to lead violence. It's not even the first time. So yeah, Anderson Lee Aldrich, 22, is now in custody and is currently being treated at a local hospital. He had previously been arrested for making a homemade bomb. Yeah, exactly. He was on our fucking radar, baby. Always. The FBI's radar is so nice. FBI does not have Libs of TikTok on its radar. The FBI does not have Matt Walsh on their radar. The FBI does have these guys on their radar all the time. And then they still end up doing shit. Makes you think, how many motherfuckers are on the radar? You? No, look, I don't like talking about this too much, but I've gotten, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. No, I've gotten the fucking, this person's on our radar call before. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. I know what it's like to be on the other side of this. Not like I'm on their radar, but like, hey, someone on our radar.